It's going to be quite a lineup. Let's go through it, starting with Ann Romney. What is it that she's going to be able to help do for her husband tonight?
Well, I think Ann Romney's speech is probably one of the most important speeches of the entire convention, more important than many of the elected officials that are going to come up and speak tonight and tomorrow night and Thursday night. She, I think, has to testify to admit the man. Admit the person, give people and voters and viewers a sense of who he is and what his heart is. And I think she'll do that in a conversation about who he is as a husband, who he is as a father, how he handled when she was diagnosed with MS and what they went through. And so I think she's going to give the viewers a prism or a view into who he is and what his heart is and what the man is. That's really what it's important.
Do you consider her a big asset in terms of, this has been one of his issues. He's just not resonating enough with American voters who say, I don't know if this guy really understands what I am up against every day. Can she help American people to say, we're a family sort of, kind of just like yours?
The interesting thing about it, when you take a look at all the ratings of all the people out there in public life that are going to be involved in this campaign, the top two people that are rated the highest are Michelle Obama, the president's wife, and Ann Romney, the two highest rated people. And that's why you've seen Michelle Obama, who's gone out there and testified on behalf of her husband. And now I think Ann Romney, she's a huge asset. He's got this gender gap that he has to figure out somehow to break if he's going to take a lead in this race and he's going to win. He's got to break that. I think she can provide a big help in doing that, but no doubt about it, she's a very popular figure in this country and in the party right now, and I think she's going to help him tremendously.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Chris Christie. I mean, fiscally minded, tough-talking. How much of an asset is he to Mitt Romney, and what do we expect to hear from him tonight?
That's a great thing. I think there's two sides of the opposite sides of the same coin. So Ann Romney will talk about Mitt the man. I think Chris Christie is going to talk about Mitt the leader and Mitt the person that can make tough decisions if he made tough decisions at the Olympics. And I think he has to also talk about his service as governor of Massachusetts, since Chris Christie is the governor of New Jersey. So I think you'll see that. But I also think Chris Christie is going to throw a little bit of red meat to the crowd related to the president. I think that's where you'll see most of what's going to be talked. Anything negative about the president probably will come out of his speech. So I think Chris Christie has to do the other side of the coin that Ann Romney is. One says, here's who the man is. The other says, here's what type of leader he would be.
Matt, are we in a position now where we're looking at a Republican Party that's truly united behind their candidate? I mean, it took a long time to get here, and there was a lot of back and forth fighting, a lot of criticism of private equity, the industry that Mitt Romney comes from the Republicans themselves, including Newt Gingrich. Are we finally at a place now that we're here in Tampa where everyone's on board?
Well, that's a great question, because what has to happen in this course of this convention is there's a whole bunch of Republicans that are coming here that are watching this that want to defeat Barack Obama, but don't necessarily want to elect Mitt Romney. And I think what they have to make a turn, in order to win the presidency, you always have to have part of the anti-part in order to win, but to get over the hurdle, the final hurdle, you have to have the pro part. And I think that's what we need to see. He needs to create more enthusiasm among his own party and among the people that are here, that he is the person to beat Barack Obama, not just as a negative, but somebody that they can back to the hilt.
How much of the new ad, switchers, that the RNC is putting out is going to play into this?
Well, I think all those ads fill a larger part of a longer narrative. This is like, campaigns are like stories or like chapters in a book. And the convention is one chapter that gives people a sense. Then we'll have a debate, which we'll have a conversation and a debate. And then we'll have a vice presidential debate where we'll have the course of the conversation. Ads fit into that in driving a narrative over the course of the whole campaign.
Tell me about this ad, and we're actually looking at it right now. It's going to air tonight.
Well, what they're trying to show is that, yes, you could have had hope in Barack Obama. Yes, you could have voted for Barack Obama. Yes, you could have liked Barack Obama at one time. But it's also okay to be disappointed in the president and vote for somebody else. I think they want to give voters that voted for Barack Obama a chance to sort of say, yeah, I thought what I was getting this, I didn't get what I wanted, and now I can switch to Mitt Romney.
Is that going to be one of the keys to this election, getting people who are basically in this independent category that may have voted for Barack Obama before, but feel like, look, I'm still out of work, or my neighbor's still out of work, the economy's not where it should be, and that they will vote anti-Obama more than pro-Romney?
That this is what I think. If you narrow it down to one group that will decide this election, which is interesting about this ad and what's going to happen at this convention, it is women voters, in a huge part in industrial states and here and in Florida, that voted for Barack Obama, that like Barack Obama, like his family, but are disappointed in the direction of the country and where the economy is. So they want to say, it's okay that you like Barack Obama, it's okay that you voted for Barack Obama, but it's also okay that you're disappointed and want a different direction. That group, to me, is going to decide this
Women,
election.
you said.
Women voters who like Barack Obama and who voted for Barack Obama, but now don't like the direction of the country.
And this brings us right back to why Mrs. Romney is so important. I mean, let's face it, a lot of women are effectively the CFOs of their family, and they're the ones writing the checks every week and balancing the checkbook. They know what it's like to be struggling economically for the family. Can she somehow get home the message that her husband can make their future better?
Well, as you know, let me give you a few facts. 50% of the people that are going to vote in this election are going to be women. 66% of the swing voters, the people who are going to decide this election, are women. And 80% of the households in America, the women make the spending decisions in that. That's why Ann Romney is so important. There's a gap that's got to be closed among women right now. Mitt Romney knows it, the campaign knows it, and I think that's why Ann Romney is front and center, and that's why Mitt Romney is going to show up at the convention hall, slightly unusual tonight, to give support, obviously support to his wife, but I think what they want to do is highlight the speech.
Why is it that women are having a tough time relating to him? Why is it women specifically?
Because women, it's interesting, I've done a lot of research and a lot of studies on this. Women, more than any other voters, want a sense of someone's heart. It doesn't necessarily about their mind. They want a sense of the heart. Who is this person? Whether it's a woman candidate or a male candidate, they want a real sense of their gut and their heart, because this is somebody that's going to be in their living room every day for the next 4 years. And that's ultimately that bridge he has to cross, his gut and their heart.
They want to be able to trust him.